All right. Welcome to Worlds Collide, the podcast about moving abroad. Today we're going to the Canary Islands, and my guest today is Robert Jan, and he is on Tenerife. So, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Another sunny day here. It's a little bit of clouds, but very nice. Yes, another beautiful one.
And you're on Tenerife. So, out of all the places, why did you choose Tenerife?
Well, I was living in a camper van and I was spending a lot of time in the south of Spain and Portugal. But
Mm-hmm.
starting October, November, it gets cold there too. So then living in a camper van, you're trying to find something warmer. And a group of friends, we were all living in camper vans and they said, okay, we're going to go to Tenerife. And I said, okay, well, let's check it out. And
Okay.
coming back
Okay. So,
earlier and earlier.
oh, I see. So, like, no specific reasons or anything. I thought maybe like some childhood memories or something.
No, I was. It was just. It's close enough to be like in 6 hours, or I'm back in Holland to see family or kids, my kids. So that's nice to know. And it's a first world country, but it's so much warmer. Like the weather here is so much nicer. So
Yeah, yeah. I guess like especially like in Holland, it's a very foggy,
rainy and cold.
rainy. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it.
if 1 month of good weather, you're lucky. Like a real summer, and the rest is not so nice. So.
Okay. Oh well, fair enough. And so how long have you been on Tenerife?
I've lived 6 years now. I lived 6 years in a camper van. 5 years of those, on and off, I've been living on Tenerife. So
Okay. And you were living the whole time in a camper van?
yes, but on and off, I was going. So I would go to back to Spain or Portugal or go drive to Holland with the camper van to see my kids or spend time that they could spend time with me.
Uh
And
huh.
but yeah, I kept coming back to Tenerife earlier and earlier. So maybe the first time was 3 months, and then it became 5 months, and then you know.
Ah, okay, I see. So, and did you always take a ferry or leave the camper van there and fly? Or
Many times I took the ferry because I wanted my kids to also be in my home. Preferably, they would have been with me all the time here, but it wasn't always possible. So then
Mhm.
I would do it differently.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay, but in the first place, like it's a long ferry, isn't it? Because it's kind of far if you look on the map.
36 hours, but you have no connection. So it's just chilling, and there's always some hippies making music like me, someone has a
Uh huh.
guitar and we make some music on the ferry. And it's good. It's also good to just, I don't know, I sleep a lot. Uh,
Okay, so a good place to rewind, kind
yeah.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, and how? And I can see, like, right now, I don't think that this is a camper van in the background.
No, no, I've sold the camper van last summer, and I now live in places where. So now a friend of mine, he's on holiday for multiple months, and he allowed me to stay here. So I'm house sitting.
Ah, okay.
So I live where I can live at the moment. So which is also interesting.
Ah, okay. So you don't have like your own place?
No, I live on
Okay.
donations basically. I don't have a car. I don't own a car, but someone is borrowing me a car. I don't own a house, but I can live somewhere. So
Uh-huh. So
yeah.
you don't consider yourself homeless?
No, because I live somewhere, but
Uh-huh.
yes, you could say that I'm homeless, but it depends on your perspective, I guess.
Yeah, I
I,
mean, sure,
I
but
trust in God, and He always provides. So, am I homeless? No, I've never been without. So, I've since I sold the camper van, I've been living in multiple apartments. I could live there for a month or there for a month, and
uh-huh.
I've never been without. So,
Okay. And like the area where you are, is it like a city or is it like a small town?
yeah, a small fisherman's town is where I'm living now. So yeah, it's a nice place. Los Abrigos, it's called. It means the coats, the shelters. So
Mhm.
it's a nice place where yeah, it's a little bit touristic, but not as busy as the bigger cities. So always a little bit of wind and breeze here, which is nice.
Okay. And is it like more so it's more locals then? You said it's not as touristy, or like how would
Yeah,
you
yeah,
describe it?
yeah. It's a bit more local, but it's not as local as you would go up in the mountains. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's more Spanish people here, and yeah, less touristic than Los Cristianos or Las Americas, or that's really
Uh-huh.
touristic. Yeah,
Can you describe the culture a little bit?
the culture. Well, chill, tranquilo, take it easy. Mañana, let's do it tomorrow. Let's not
Mm-hmm.
worry about it today. People have
Mm-hmm.
time. A lot of people who live here also permanently, they have a bit more time. It's not like in Holland where you have to, I don't know, call someone 2 weeks ahead to have a coffee, but you can just
Right, right,
you
right.
run into each other and say, "Hey, what you're doing?" Oh, and the next hour, not too much. You, oh, neither. Well, let's, and
Let's
people
hang out.
still they work a lot. I mean, people also work, but when they relax, they relax. They take their time, and you have a lot of beautiful weather, which makes everything a bit more relaxed and easier, I think.
Mm-hmm. Did you speak Spanish in the beginning?
No, it's my fourth language. So I speak Dutch, English, German, French, and I'm learning Spanish, and I'm getting better at it. I'm still speak
Yeah.
like a small child, but
Oh
they
yeah, yeah,
understand.
yeah. Me
I
too.
understand. I understand a lot, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you and like in the area where you are, do you get by with your Spanish, or is
Yeah.
it better to like I don't or is English enough?
Yeah, well, especially in the south. I mean, if you speak English, you can manage everywhere. But it's just nice to, if you really want to get to know the locals
Yeah.
and see some other places, it's good to learn Spanish.
Yeah, of course. Of
Yeah,
course. That's always better to understand the local people,
yeah, and
I think, yeah.
it's also out of respect.
Yeah.
If it's nice to do, and they see that I'm trying, and that's good. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Agree. So do you feel home in Tenerife? Would you consider that's your home after a couple of years now?
yeah. It's yes. I feel most at home here. It's either here or Israel for me at the
Uh-huh.
moment. So
Okay.
I feel at home in Israel and I feel at home here at
Uh-huh.
the moment. Yeah.
Okay. And did you for Israel, is it did you also live there for a while, or
Well, not long enough to really call it living there, but I've visited many times. It's
Mhm.
just it's more expensive, and it's different for me to. I mean, I would need to get a working visa and stuff if I wanted to stay there longer.
Right, but I mean also maybe I don't know, at the moment it's maybe not the best place, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, life still continues. They're used to it,
Yeah.
so everything keeps rolling. It's not
Yeah.
like there's always something going on there, but
That's true too.
so they cannot stop doing what they're doing. It's just like,
Yeah.
okay, now we need to get into shelters, and then we go out and life continues because there's
Yeah.
no way. So
Right, right, right. Yeah.
mm.
So let's talk a little bit of why you left the Netherlands.
I was with the mother of my. I have three children with
Mhm.
two mothers, and the mother of the I was with her, and we were in a beautiful place in Haarlem. It's close in between the beach and Amsterdam. So if you live in
Uh-huh.
Holland, it's one of the nicer places to live. But then the COVID came, and well, yeah, it was just not. We were already thinking of going with a camper van and traveling, but I think
Mhm.
it's just because of COVID, things got sped up, and yeah, we started organizing it. She had a van, but it wasn't a very good one. So at some point, I bought my van, and then yeah, we started traveling, and then we went to Portugal first. But yeah, the relationship didn't work out. So neither
Oh,
in
I
Holland
see.
nor in Portugal. So at some point, I decided, okay, uh, let's go to Tenerife,
Mhm.
and
And
that's
that's what you already did then, solo, going to
yes,
Tenerife? Mhm.
yeah, oh yes, that was yeah, I did it alone.
Hi, I'm Steph from the Get the Boots podcast, and I'm looking for guests. Thank you, Victoria, for squeezing me in here. My podcast is all about grabbing opportunities, overcoming challenges, and saying yes to your story. I talk to people from all over the world who have braved and survived difficult situations, changes, and transitions, whether voluntarily or because life happened and they didn't have a choice. It could be a move to another country, but it could also be a completely different challenge. I want to hear it all. If you're interested in telling your story or know someone who might be a good fit, let me know, because there is someone out there who needs to hear it. Don't hesitate, get in touch with me. You can find my podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts or contact me on Instagram. My handle is overloadedsteph. Bye!
What led you, like, even COVID was going on and everything, but like, why was there like a main reason why you decided you have to leave the Netherlands?
Yeah, well, I think we have to go back a bit to get the full scope of the story. So I was a professional musician. I gave myself 4 years to get a record deal while studying music in Holland. And I did it within 2 years. I got a record deal. And I read the record deal. I had a rock band, so it was the pop rock music. And I read the record deal. And then I understood, yeah, if I sign this, I become basically a slave of the big companies because they get money, but it's not really that way because you have to pay it back and then you have to pay a small percentage. And it's a whole very smart system, let's say, for them.
So, but it was good for the label, but it was not good for the artist.
No, unless there's a few who really get out of it. But let's say that they give you 1 million as an advance, and then you have to pay everything from it. So you have to pay the recordings, you have to pay the touring, you have to pay your band members, you have to pay marketing, promotion, all of these things, and then you can get money back for like a percentage. So maybe 2%. But you only make money on the tickets and on streams, well, maybe merchandise. But you only make it back on the 2%. So they make 89% of the revenue goes to them, and then I have to pay back the million with the 2%. You understand?
Oh, so you only make like pennies.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
You don't
you
make
still make
anything because
money,
you have
but
to
like
pay
in
them back.
comparison to
Yeah, you have to
them,
pay them back
yes.
first. So there's not much. It sounds like you want this, but and then they can also change. So on the drinks, for example, they you don't make anything. On parking, you don't make anything. And on the tickets, they don't care really about the ticket prices because they just want their venues to be full.
Right.
They can lower the ticket price for, let's say, 90%. When you're expecting to sell tickets for €20, they sell them for 2 just to get the venue full because they might.
Yeah.
So it's a big club, and you're not a part of it, let's say. But they need people to fill the rooms. So, but anyway, I didn't sign it.
So
Sorry.
Oh no, I was just wondering, like, you said you were in a band. Were your band members, were they on the same page with you, or?
Well, no, I also couldn't keep the band members. So they also said that I was gonna have to choose different, or they were gonna choose different band members for me, and I would have less creative freedom. And so when I told the band members that, because I was preparing them a bit, because I was having conversations, and I was saying, well, I think we're gonna have a contract and blah blah blah. But it wasn't it was me. And then when I didn't sign it, they didn't understand because they were like, yeah, we've been working on this, and why are we not doing this? And then, when I tried to understand, I think, yeah, they didn't really understand, but yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So that was it then.
Yeah. So I didn't know really what to do, but then I wrote down a sentence, which was, I want to change the world from my living room. And that became, a crowdfunding platform, which was called Dream or Donate. And over 7 years' time, it became the biggest personal crowdfunding platform in Holland and Belgium. Over 6 million euros was donated through this website.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, so you had the Dutch version of GoFundMe.
Yes, exactly. Because the GoFundMe didn't offer the main payment system, which was in Holland, it's Ideal. And we don't have credit cards in Holland.
Okay.
We have them, but we don't use them as much. So we have Ideal is like 98% of transactions. So I saw a market gap there. I got some investments from my parents. They helped me out. And yeah, built it out, but it wasn't making much money in the beginning. So but I did was interested in anything to do with online. I thought, well, let's just try and make money now, because if that's and
Mm-hmm.
apparently if I want to make music and don't want to be dependent on record labels, I have to make my own money. So let's
Sure.
get rich.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the idea. So
So,
yeah,
so let's get rich to promote your
yeah, that
music.
was the
Yeah.
original plan. Yes, and then so then I became a businessman. I did email marketing. I did the funnels, sales funnels. I had businesses in Pakistan with 50 employees. I had mining operations in China when it was Bitcoin. And one of the biggest things I did
Uh-huh.
was mindset coaching. So high ticket mindset coaching. People would pay me 25,000 to hang out with me for a weekend, and I would get 10 people in a villa, get some experts in. I would teach them about mindset and about how to change things. And
Uh-huh.
so that
Okay.
was one of the things that I did. And then I thought, okay, I'm still trading my time for money. I'm still working. How do the even richer people do it? So I got into investing. So I started investing in real estate, stocks, crypto, all of these things. I became a multimillionaire by I was 27.
Oh,
And then I thought,
wow.
okay, what am I going to do with this money? So then I thought I want to build an honest village. I didn't know what that meant, but that was what I thought of doing. So we looked at a lot of castles in France to make that into a community, but eventually it became a villa in Holland with everything on it, like a heated swimming pool and a bar in the basement and a big yard and a big barn and beautiful villa. Um,
Can I ask you, and you said that was for the community, or
yeah, so what's the
so was it like a free place for all, or was it like a membership kind of
No,
thing,
I
or?
my idea was that if I would give first, then other people would follow. So the idea was they would get biological dynamic food, which is the highest grade food available in Europe, basically, with no art, like chemicals and all any of these things.
Sure, yeah. Mhm,
Yeah,
organic. Mhm.
and they would get food for free. They would get the housing for free. All they had to do was just work also a bit on the land. Uh,
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah,
but
okay.
it
Uh-huh.
attracted a lot of people with a lot of problems and addictions,
Uh-huh.
and my relationship didn't go very well. My girlfriend at the time had a different idea about how to live there. I wanted to just live in a caravan and work on the land and dig with my hands and
So even though like you had like all this money, you were like still more into the, I don't know, like more like a traditional lifestyle, like smaller places, working.
well, yeah, in this
You,
place, within this place, I was still, so I was working during the day to we would tear down buildings or get doors or I don't know with material that we could build with, and then and then we had
uh-huh.
horses to care to do stuff with because I didn't want to use fossil fuels, and we had
Yeah, yeah, okay. Uh-huh.
so that was all during the day and trying to run the community, and in the night I was basically working to pay for everything. But then my relationship didn't go
Mm-hmm.
well. Wrong people around me. I didn't see my kids much. I was in a downward spiral.
Sure,
And then
yeah.
it's at the top of it, and I was losing money because I was having, I don't know, 20 people living there, and they all, yeah, weren't really doing what needed to be
What?
done, let's say. And so
Yeah.
at some point, and then the cherry on top was that the crowdfunding platform got hacked, and I got blackmailed because I
Okay.
was a proud and arrogant man, and I told a lot of people knew that I had a lot of bitcoins. So in order
Uh-huh.
to for me to get the access to the database back, they said, you need to start giving us bitcoins. And I started giving bitcoins and more until I had none left. And then I thought, okay, what can I do? There's a thousand things I could have done differently now looking back. But in that moment,
Yeah, but in that situation,
that's how
mm-hmm.
far my brain got, let's say. And I took the website offline. But this was a huge website, thousands of people using it, a lot of money going through it. So within 2 hours, national media was calling me and they were saying, "Hey, what's going on?" I said, "Hey, don't worry. I'll come down to you guys and I'll explain what's going on. Everything's going to be fine."
Uh-huh.
But here I am, Rastaman, walking barefoot, beard until here, driving a sports car, living in $1 million villa. And I'm coming there and I'm saying, "Yeah, don't worry. It's going to be fine." I'm going to sell some stuff, and everybody will who always owed money, they will get money, and that's it. But for them, it was more
Right.
interesting to say I was a scammer and I used the money from the
Uh,
crowdfunding thing.
because like you were buying with people's money your fancy car, for
That's
example.
what they would say, which was impossible.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah. Okay,
you only
got
had
it. Yeah.
5%, 6 million, 5% of that is 300,000. I would never be able to pay even one of the houses I had back then. But it was a nicer story. It was more drama and more excitement. So, and I was weird in their eyes. So I get it. Anyway,
Mm.
I had to flee because they were camera teams on the in the land. There were biker gangs that wanted to play their own judge and beat me up. So uh,
So can I just go back a
yeah,
little bit? I just have the question, like, so you took the money. No, 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 sorry. You took the website down, and like all the money from all the people who were like whatever donating to the places, that was gone, or did the people get their money back, or
no, there was money there. Of course, there was money, but there was there was some money standing out. That was it. And so people were owed money, but I had to
Mhm,
figure out which people were owed money because of
mhm.
they hacked the database and they could manipulate it. So they could say someone who
I see.
maybe raised 1,000, they could change it to 10,000, and I had to pay it out. But they didn't really raise
Uh
10,000; they raised maybe 1,000.
oh, I see. So this is how that was how the hacking system was working?
Yes, that's they hacked the database. They could change the database, add
Okay.
donations that weren't really there, and I had to pay them out. And they said, if you want this thing to keep living, you have to pay us the bitcoins. You know. So
Okay, and did that hacking then
well,
stopped?
the website was offline, so there was
So then it couldn't keep on
no. Exactly.
happening while it was down. Okay. So did it go on afterwards, or that was it? It
I
was
didn't have the
down.
energy anymore. There were a few people also reaching out to me. They said we can continue building it because it was very successful. But
Mhm.
I was pretty depressed after all this happened. It was
Yeah, I bet.
3 weeks of the entire country. Just everywhere I went, I had to wear a hat, and people would just, "Hey, aren't you this guy who scammed all these people and stole all people's money and blah blah blah?" You know, that was the story. So.
Right, right.
Um,
Right. So did you then decide to leave pretty soon?
Well, I sold everything first. I had nothing left in the end. The mother of my kids, she had some of the houses were
Oh.
in her name, so she could take care of the kids, but I had personally nothing left. So I had to start over
Oh,
again.
wow.
And
So, but how did that make you feel? Were you like more upset about, I don't know, your reputation, like that you couldn't go anywhere because everybody knew or like assumed what was happening, or like us had a big assumption
yeah, well, I
of
think
you, or
just the
was
fact
it
that you I was canceled before canceled was a word. You know what I mean? So
uh
that was an interesting experience, let's say. But after 3 weeks, I went. I paid everyone back, and everyone. I sold everything I owned, and then yes, I kept my word. I didn't want people to lose anything because of my
uh-huh.
mistakes. So, no,
Yeah, uh-huh.
in my opinion, I did the right thing. Even though I could have said,
Okay.
hey, the company is bankrupt. Good luck, and I'm leaving my
A good
money. You know.
yeah. Okay, so you did what was right.
Yes, I think so.
Mhm.
So in the end, I think people know that I made the right decision, and that's it, basically. So, but then,
Mhm. But did you feel how did you feel also about like losing all what you have built?
well, I remember I was crying, and then I felt like God was telling me, "Hey, are you crying about money?" He said, and then I was thinking, I said, "Yeah, you're right." So that's the last time I cried
Mm, okay.
about.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, good for you. I'm sure like a lot of people don't think that way.
No, well, I mean, in the end, you can make it again if it's really, and I did. I after I think a few months being depressed, I got out of the depression, and I thought maybe I can help other people get out of the depression. So I started a spiritual school with 1,200 students, and I became sort of like a guru. Made almost 500,000 again within a year. Uh,
Oh, oh, oh. Like how did you just get like a school with 1,200 people. I don't know. It's still a lot of people. Like, I don't
Oh,
know.
I was good at marketing still. I still have all my skills,
Mm,
about
okay.
marketing and doing these things. And I thought if I stand behind a product, which in this case I thought was a good product, which was helping people in a spiritual way to reach vibration,
Mm-hmm.
then and then I can really get to work. So, but at some point, I started feeling like that I was some sort of guru, and I thought this is fake because it came from my own strength. So I also shut that down later. That was while I was building this, and we were doing this while we were living in Haarlem. I talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm. Ah, okay. Mm-hmm.
And then we also had an income, so we could go um, travel and make money online. So that was I'm very thankful for that. But at some point,
Mm-hmm.
it started feeling fake as well. So I stopped doing that because I couldn't go on. If something isn't right, then it's not right. So I stopped the school, and then I started busking in this. I thought, do I want to really makes me happy? And I thought, well, music. So I started busking in the streets with a guitar. And in the
Mm-hmm.
beginning, only singing sad songs because my relationship ended and everything that happened. And
Right. It's just reflected in the place
yes,
where you were.
and then
Yes.
later on, I thought, well,
Yeah.
maybe I got a little bored of myself being so sad all the time. I thought maybe put some happy stuff in there, sing some Bob Marley,
Uh-huh.
and then things got it a little better. I got a little speaker, a better speaker. Started going to Tenerife, also back and forth. I got two big speakers, and then started being hired in restaurants and bars and weddings.
Okay. And that you started from basically from nothing, or were you like still, I don't know, you still had like some savings left? Did you like still support
No,
yourself?
a lot of the money went to the mother of the youngest. She could
Right, right,
start
right.
up her next life, and then
Uh-huh.
I yeah. So
All right, so you basically just started from scratch,
again,
like with nothing, like being a musician.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. So how was, can I ask you like how that felt?
liberating also in a way, but also obviously um, that you don't know really what. Yeah, it's also liberating to start over again, but it's also that you think, oh, what am I doing? And some people they do one thing their whole life, and I've done 20 already, and I still don't feel like I'm really doing what I'm
Uh-huh.
supposed to be doing or something. So it's a combination of things. But yeah, it's also very nice to be free and live in a camper van and make your money on the road. And it went better and better, and I got to know the songs better, and I love making music again. So that was really nice.
And did you had a plan, or was it just like I'm just doing one day at a time and I'm just enjoying what I'm doing right now?
Yeah, well, yes, one day at a time. And yes, I was trying to do that because if I couldn't go too far ahead, thinking, okay, what do I really? I didn't really know. And to be fair, I was smoking a lot of weed back then. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, that was
And you said also like you were in this friend group you came to Tenerife with. Was this like people you met along the way, or were they like friends from back home?
yeah. No, I met them along the way. It's like in Portugal, you have a big van life community. So a lot of people will travel
Mm-hmm.
with vans, and you meet up on a parking or a beach, and then sometimes you meet cool people, and you think, hey, let's go here or there together. And that's how you get to know each other. You eat, make food together, or you paint each other's vans, or make some music, or it's yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. And so were you with that friend group as well, like on Tenerife when you were starting,
Only
right?
shortly because I was the only one of the group that brought my van. For them they all said, "Oh, it's too
Ah,
expensive," and I thought, "Yeah, I want my home with me." So they were there for just a little bit, and then I stayed, and they left pretty quickly. Yeah,
okay. All right. And how did you then find a community?
find a community. What do you mean? Being on the island.
Like You, I mean, like find friends.
Oh, you meet them everywhere. I'm not a shy person, so and I'm a musician, so you meet friends quickly. If you make music, then automatically people feel more because you're being vulnerable. And in general,
Mm-hmm.
when you're being vulnerable, other people feel more comfortable to also share more. So I think
Okay.
automatically when you're singing or making music, then people it's easier for them to come up to you and say, "Hey, like your music, or what's going on?" And they ask questions, and then you get a conversation. You know, so
Mm-hmm. And like, how long did you do the music on the streets until you started doing what you're doing now?
many years. Well, yeah, on and off. In the beginning, I wanted to be so free that I didn't even want to make an appointment. So people would ask, "When are you back to sing?" And I said, "I don't know, when I feel like it." But then at some point, if restaurants want to hire you or bars, it would be nice if you show up at a
You
certain
need to have a
time.
schedule. Yeah, yeah. Sure,
So
sure.
yeah, at some
Uh-huh.
point I had to make some changes, and then things changed, and in the end I was doing weddings for very good money and business events. Yeah, but then and I was a lot of women in my life and all of these things, but then I still wasn't happy. So then for me also a big shift towards what I'm doing now came when at some point after having living very free, I didn't pay rent, I had a camper van, made a lot of money, smoked weed whenever I wanted to, had a lot of women and other things around me that was distractions. And then at some point I thought I was still wasn't happy, and then I went to my knees
Mhm,
and I asked Jesus, please make me happy again like I was when I was a child, without any of the thing,
mhm.
without the ego, without the money, without the women, without the drugs. And since then, my life started changing a lot. So,
Okay, were you always religious, like, throughout your
well,
life?
I did go to church. I did go to church for between 11 and 19, I think. So I did have
Mhm.
some, but I got a little bit disappointed in the people of the church, of God, God's people, let's say. And
Yeah.
I made that a synonym to God, which is different.
Sure.
So
Okay.
and
Got
then
it.
well, later
Yes.
on, I always had a connection with God, even when I was always talking to God. I just didn't involve Jesus in it, and now for me at least that made a big difference because well, He says He's the only way to Him. So for me, that was very true.
Okay, so how do you now practice
Practice my
your your religion?
all day, every day. So the whole day,
Mhm.
I'm just
Okay.
talking to God and to Jesus and asking Him to that my will be gone and that His will that I can do His will, and the music that I'm making now. The electronic music that I'm making is all inspired by the Bible. So I call it a spark. It's like an idea. For example, the other day I had Salah. It means like a break or a pause and like a moment of rest.
Mhm.
And then so I took that, and then I start searching for Bible verses that match with this part. So I found a nice psalm that goes with it, and then I rewrite the lyrics, and then I write the song, and I make the music, and then I turn it into a super cool progressive psytrance, deep house, boobity boobity boom.
Yeah, no, I listened to a song on your Spotify. It's like trance
Yeah,
techno.
yeah.
Yeah, uh-huh. And so is this like now the main thing that you're
Yes.
doing? Like you, and also like events like weddings, you still do that, and playing in
No,
restaurants,
I only
or?
do holy raves right now. I call them holy raves.
Ah,
So
okay. Uh-huh.
and I don't want to right now. I don't want to make. I don't want to do it for the money. So I did that for a while.
Mhm,
That I was singing for money, and now I still I get donations because people believe in the movement and the message that I'm sharing.
mhm,
So and
mhm,
I'm reaching people that otherwise would maybe never hear about Jesus. So that's cool.
mhm. But is this more like a local thing, or is this like going on online as well?
Well, the music is now, since I think 5 weeks or something. I started, maybe a bit longer, but I think around 5 weeks I started sharing it online. So I started releasing the
Mm-hmm.
songs. I have more than 30 songs online now, and I think I have 30 more, or maybe even more in the pipeline. So I'm releasing
Mm-hmm.
one every week. So it's going
Okay.
online. There's a every week we're doing at least one event, which is the Holy Rave somewhere, and I did it 12 times in a church. But at some point, the thing with the church was too much politics going on. Again, the same thing. God's people is not God. That's
Right, but I just so the holy raves, are they always like? I thought like first my thought was like they're happening on a beach because we're in
yeah.
Tenerife, right? But then they're like happening in a church, so you are in the godly
Well, yeah, I
place,
was
kind
connected
of,
to a
or
church, and I really wanted to support what they were doing there. So I thought, let's do organize it there, which is one of the most difficult places to organize anything because nobody
yeah,
naturally wants to go to a church.
I don't think also like a church is a place where you listen to techno music usually,
No,
you know.
well, the pastor was very cool, and we did it
Uh-huh.
one time. For 1 year, I gave a lot to the church. I was the worship leader in the church, and I helped with many things, also with their marketing and online stuff. And then after a year, I was allowed to do it more. So then I could do it once a week. We did that for a while, but then I also thought, yeah, uh, we're on Tenerife. Why am I inside in a building? We can do it outside on the
Uh-huh.
beach. We can do it
Right.
anywhere here. So um, so yeah, that's why I changed. So now we're doing it's like so last Sunday. Was it Sunday? Sunday we did it in a. It's like a surf bar with an open roof. So it's super cool. It's a really nice surf reggae type thing, and then we did one edition there. On the Friday, I did a set at in a rave cave. So it's like this goes all night long. People doing everything, but well, I can still share a little bit of the positive message over there. So I'm very thankful to be able to do that, and I don't have to charge them money because they don't really have money. Neither does this surf bar. They just starting, so I don't have to get paid for it, and I can still share it, and I don't have to sell tickets because they also asked me to do it on beach clubs, but then you have to do. So they sell Bali beds, which is 120 euro thing. You have a Bali bed for the whole day. You get, and then you have 100 euro in credits at the bar, but not every.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, sure. So you get free drinks, kind of.
Well, yeah, free for me.
Until your tickets run
Yes,
out
but
or
it's
something.
also
Yeah,
basically you
yeah.
buy a piece of the beach for a day, and then other people who walk
Right.
past and they hear the music, but they're not allowed to join because there's like a little rope.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, no. So you wanted to make it available for
Yes,
everyone.
if I do
Yeah.
this thing talking about sharing the gospel, then I cannot make it so that only the rich people can hear the gospel.
Yeah, you cannot make it profitable for
No,
like the fancy club
no,
owner kind of
no.
thing. Yeah,
If
yeah.
they would hire me and they make it open for everybody, then we can talk. But until that moment, no, not like that. So,
Yeah.
but I'm talking to some venues, maybe some beach clubs or something. See what we can do if they have a license and it's a beach. So I just recently got out of the church basically. So now we're this next week we're doing it in a hippie camp. So that's also cool.
Okay. All
So,
right, cool. So how long was your process to I don't know, get over your sadness, or like I don't know, like how long did your process take to be where you are right now from I don't know what happened to you in the Netherlands in the end?
that's 6 years ago.
Okay, and like how long did it take for you to I don't know, to be in a good place again?
Well, I think after that moment I went on my knees. I think that's now a little bit over 2 years ago.
Okay, so it took a while.
Yeah, yeah, and then I didn't immediately quit smoking. That came a little bit later, and that also changed a lot because it changed a lot in your mind. Not, I mean, the weed I cracked already earlier, but just tobacco was already. I smoked for more than almost 15 years. So that changes a lot in your mindset, because every time you would
Yeah.
normally feel sad or whatever, you would grab a cigarette, like, and
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're talking about smoking cigarettes. I wasn't sure if you're talking about smoking
yeah.
weed
Well,
or
like I said,
smoking
I quit
cigarettes.
weed already a bit earlier, but also weed.
Mm-hmm.
It was a for me it was a mix, but yeah, it was my life, and I tried many times to quit on my own, and I couldn't do it. And when I asked Jesus to help me, it now over a year now, I've haven't smoked. So
Okay. So that helps you too.
yeah, he took it away.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you.
And so when you now go back to the Netherlands, do you still like feel depressed about it, or are you, I don't know, do you can just look back at the
No, the fact about this whole crowdfunding thing, that's already long behind me. Yeah,
yeah, so you can just go and focus on your kids
yeah, yeah,
or like family when you go
yeah.
there. It's not like, oh, I cannot go back because I don't know, it's bringing too many bad memories.
No, it's just Holland in general is not. I go there for my family and my kids, if I would.
Mm-hmm.
But preferably, I would rather invite them all here because it's nicer weather, and So
Uh-huh.
yes, I mean it's nothing. It's just I don't really like the weather, and people are too busy. That's the main thing. It doesn't have anything to do with anything else besides that, basically.
And do you see yourself in Tenerife for longer?
Yeah, well, I'm here now, and if the plan is that I'm here, then I'll be here. And if I have really strongly the feeling that God is calling me somewhere else, then that's where I'll go. Yeah.
Okay. So you're flexible.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Um, all right. So I think you covered it all. All right. Thank you so much for being on my
You're very welcome,
podcast.
Victoria. It was nice to.
It was a pleasure to hearing your
Yeah, well,
story.
thank you for having me and giving me the opportunity to share my story. I'm very
Yeah, no, thanks for sharing
yeah.
100%. All right. And let's tell everybody who's listening how they can find you if they want to if they're like more curious about what you're
Yeah,
doing.
well, I'm on all the platforms, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram. I have a lot of followers and I'm very active. So you just type my name, Robert Jan Mastenbroek, and you will find it easy. So
All right. Yeah, no, I will make sure I will put all this information in the show notes
cool.
so people can just click on it and then they will find you.
I will also share it with
And
all my people. So
yeah, thank you. Yes. And yeah, no, that was it from this week. So thank you very much, everybody, for listening too. And thanks for being a guest.
you're welcome. See you next time.
All right. See you next time. All right.